Hey everybody, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, coming to you from kind of wintry western Pennsylvania. This is Sunday, I believe it's November the 20th, but it's definitely Sunday, and we have a way below normal temperature outside. Normally this time of year we have daytime highs of 50 or 51, and today our daytime high is like 26, and we have 10 to 15 mile an hour winds, so we have a pretty good wind chill going on. But I'm coming to you today from my red shed, and what you're looking at right now is my Oliver 66 that I bought this past summer and repainted. And the reason for the video is I'm making an addition to this tractor. I've really been happy with it so far, the way it looks now, the way it runs. But Joe came up with an original piece for me that I thought that I would add to it. And you're looking at that right now. That's a Hillside Hitch. Okay. Now, in some parts of the country, a Hillside Hitch might not be, a big deal, and maybe you have no need for them. But here in Western Pennsylvania, when you're working on, the sides of hills and contour strips, a lot of times whatever it is that you're using behind the tractor could end up, sliding down the hill somewhat. So it's often helpful to be able to, move the drawbar on the fly. Now, sometimes in some situations, you can move the drawbar and leave it there, but in other cases, you may need to adjust it depending on, how the land's changing as you work. So a Hillside Hitch is, kind of a nice idea. It's just in this case, it's a hydraulic one, which means that there is a hydraulic cylinder that moves the drawbar from one side to the other on the go. Okay. Now, if you remember in an earlier video, I had shown you the one and you can, I guess, kind of see it here on my 1650, the one that my dad had built. You can see the cylinder there under the fender. But one of the reasons I was attracted to this one was that this is an original Oliver Hillside Hitch that Joe happened to have, and it had all the hardware that goes with it. So, the two main pieces are this piece that's shaped like a Y, which, these two holes fit right over top of the drawbar, and then this piece that fits back here on the back. And when they're bolted on, the hydraulic cylinder is pinned onto both of them, and then we'll operate the drawbar. Now, to this point, the main thing that I've had to have done was to get this drawbar drilled twice because of this, and those two fit in the center of the drawbar. I had to measure and get two holes drilled in it. One is here, and the other one is up here, 2 3/4-inch holes, so that piece would be able to be bolted on. So now that I have that done, I'm gonna start working on putting these other pieces on, and I'll keep you. I won't film it in real time because I think that could be boring and it could take a little while, but I'll at least give you updates as this process is going on. All right, we're back. I have the two primary pieces of this Hillside Hitch now installed. And by the way, I did paint these. They were all pretty much rust colored when I got them from Joe. They weren't pitted or anything, and especially this piece in the back here had some remnants of some green paint on it. But I put a coat of paint on them, and whenever I'm done, I will, and it's a little warmer, I will paint these bolts so that everything matches. Okay, so that wasn't too much of an ordeal. Now what I'm going to do next is put the hydraulic cylinder on, and the one thing that's interesting, there are 4 different bolt holes back here And this hitch actually, if you can see now, has 5 bolt holes in, which means it's adjustable forward to back. And I had never installed one of these before, but what Joe suggested to me, and it made sense, was to, obviously base it on the cylinder. He said, take the cylinder out half the distance of travel and, measure how far it is from hole to hole. And obviously that's how far apart these holes would need to be, so you'd get equal travel in both directions. So that's what I did. You can see there's paint on the end of that ram, and you can see all the further that it goes into the cylinder itself, but it extends about a total of 8 inches. So I've extended it out 4 inches, and I measured that, and it's exactly 2 feet from hole to hole. And so that helped me get the right combinations of holes here, there are holes in the right combination, so I had exactly 24 inches from here up to there. So at this point, I'm ready to put that hydraulic cylinder on. So we'll be back. All right, we're back again, and now I have the hydraulic cylinder in place. Everything's buttoned up. These swivels here for the hydraulic hoses, I really wanted to get them on the inside, like in here, just to protect them a little bit. But I tried that, and there's no way that I could do it, because if you look at this and look, if I had the cylinder turned, there isn't quite enough room in here. So I kind of had to put that, put those swivels to the outside. But all that's left now is for me to measure for how long my hydraulic hoses need to be, and get them, and then put the hoses on, and then we'll try her out. So we'll be back. All right, it's the next day. It's Monday, November the 21st. And since the last video, I went to Tractor Supply and got the 2 hydraulic hoses that I needed. I already had some couplers, which I put on here, and I routed the hydraulic hoses down through the hitch, and I have to cut off those tabs yet, but got it over here to the Hillside Hitch itself. So the project ought to be all done except for testing it, and that's why the tractor's running. So let's see what happens here as I operate the hydraulic lever. Seems to be working just fine. Okay, so I'd say that project was a success. All I have to do now is I want to get some paint and paint these bolts here and a couple places where I skinned it up a little bit, and this project will be complete. So I hope you enjoyed this installation of the Hillside Hitch on my Oliver 66. If you did, I hope you'll hit the like button and consider subscribing. And if you already have subscribed, I appreciate that very much. So till next time, till the next farming adventure, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, saying, see you next time.